Everything is expensive these days. Literally everything. Not too long ago, I went to a hockey game with a friend and the tickets were $180. And the seats were high up. It's not as if they were close to the rink. This seems to be all too common these days as prices continue to rise on everything and as scamming becomes the new normal. So in this video, I wanted to put together a list of things that I personally don't think are worth spending the money on at the moment. And what I've tried to do is put together this list through the lens of a modern gentleman, but I've also thrown in some everyday things too. One caveat, obviously you can still spend money on these things if you wish, but I'm just saying that they've become less worth it these days, and I'll explain why. Let's dive into it because I really have a bone to pick with number 8 and number 10. Before we start, I'm Nick and welcome to my channel where I discuss gents' style and lifestyle. I make videos on a wide variety of topics on how to dress well and how to live well. So if that interests you, then click subscribe. Also, follow me on Instagram. I'm posting there regularly and I have a ton of fun content planned. Okay, first of the several that I have for you are fashion and style related, and then the last few are going to be on lifestyle. Starting with number 1 on my list, and that's anything fast fashion. And look, I understand why it's tempting. It's inexpensive and it's easy. But that's exactly why it's the problem. With fast fashion, you end up buying pieces that were never designed to last. It's fine buying 1 or 2 pieces here or there, but I'd avoid buying the bulk of your wardrobe from these places. As an example, Zara and their clothing have gone significantly downhill over the last several years. I have at least 3 shirts, 1, 2, 3, that I wore only once because as soon as they touched water, they shrank. So be mindful of this when you go shopping and look for places that emphasize quality and durability because it will save you money and a headache in the long run. Number 2 on my list, and I'll be honest, this is something I never really bought into, but I have friends that do, and that is anything with loud, trendy designer logos or anything over-the-top designer. There are a lot of people out there who simply buy luxury just because it's luxury. A lot of men fall into the trap of thinking that if the brand name is visible enough, that automatically makes the outfit look better. But often, the opposite happens, especially because these pieces tend to be more trend-driven. They just end up looking dated fast. Also, there's been a lot of negative attention around designer brands and how their quality has been decreasing in recent years. So be careful. It's okay to buy luxury if you have the money for it. But again, focus on quality and heritage. Next, we have one that no modern gentleman should waste his money on, and that is cheap suits. I'm specifically referring to suits that are not from a proper suit store. These often have shiny fabrics and weaker construction overall, and they'll just fall apart on you. Also, because the fabric is poor quality, the suit won't breathe. I remember once I wore a cheaper suit in the hot sun, and I was boiling inside because I was basically wearing a plastic shell. Once you have a job and you're making a decent income, it's always a good idea to have at least 1 good quality wool suit in your wardrobe, just in case you need one. Go to a proper suit store and find one that's well-fitting. I have 2 made-to-measure suits, and they've been with me for over 10 years, so it's a good investment. Number 4 is buying clothes that simply don't fit yet or that are on sale. I think we've all done this at one point or another where we purchase an item thinking we'll be able to wear it when we lose some weight, but we never do. It's a little trick that we play on ourselves to justify an impulsive purchase. But if we're trying to build a curated wardrobe, we must be more intentional and only buy items that fit us and our existing wardrobe. That also means not buying anything simply because it's on sale. After all, that will just lead to the purchase of single items that probably won't fit in with the rest of our clothes. Most sales these days are completely fake anyway, and brands just keep their products on these never-ending sales. The exception is when items are marked down for final sale or for an end-of-season sale. So just remember to be strategic when you're shopping so you don't waste money. The next one, and you may be a little surprised to hear me say this as someone who loves good style, but it's overly expensive sunglasses. If you have money and you want to invest in a quality pair of sunglasses, go for it. I think that's totally fine to have at least 1 nice pair. My issue is this. I've spent countless dollars on Ray-Bans and other pricier sunglasses only to lose them, scratch them, or completely destroy them. Just last year, I was on a boat with some friends and one woman lost her $700 pair of sunglasses when the wind blew them overboard. My point is that sunglasses are one of those items that people lose the most, and especially when I look at a brand like Ray-Ban, I just don't think it's worth spending the money on them. Again, I think it's okay to have a couple nice pairs, but if you do want to go for a higher end pair, I would go with a brand like Persol or Oliver Peoples instead. Now we move into the lifestyle category of things that I just don't think are worth spending money on right now. Number 6 is buying a new phone every year. There was a time when each iPhone release felt like a major change, but these days, the updates aren't that different year over year. Maybe the camera slightly improves, but that's about it. I have an iPhone 16 and I'm not in a rush to buy a new one. And before that, I had the iPhone 11 for 4 years. I even noticed there wasn't too big of a difference between the different iPhone models themselves. I went with my mother to buy her a new phone recently, and the iPhone 17, 17e, and 17 Pro were all pretty similar except for the camera. This next one is a big one, and that's overpriced nightlife. This one really drives me insane. It used to be that you could go out for a few drinks with friends and the bill wouldn't be that much at the end of the night. But these days, the price of everything has just ballooned while the experience overall has declined. Cover charges, overpriced drinks, bottle service, and then throw in late night food on top, it adds up. And I just don't really think it's worth it. I still go out and I enjoy drinks with friends. I'm just a lot more strategic about where I go and how much I'm spending when I'm out. Like, I'd rather go for a nice classy dinner than to a loud crowded bar. This next one might be a controversial one, and that is expensive first dates. Here's the thing. Chances are you barely know each other because maybe you met briefly online or in person, and the risk to reward ratio for spending a lot of money on the first date just doesn't add up. As a man, you're going to have to go on many first dates that will go nowhere. And if you're constantly going to expensive places, you will drain your bank account. First dates should be easy, simple, and conversation focused. Coffee or simple drinks are a good place to start. I'm also going to throw in wasting money on dating apps. We all know or should know that these apps are not designed to help you find someone. They're designed to keep you on the app, paying their fees as long as possible. As an example, I just checked my Hinge the other day and noticed that there's a new paywall that I have to pay to access all the women that have liked me. It's just a good reminder that the best thing any gent can do is go out and meet women in person. Number 9 is overpriced coffee and takeout every day. I think it's okay to treat yourself here and there, but again, in recent years, they've just become too pricey for what you're actually receiving. I went for coffee and a pastry recently and it was over $20. Or I bought matcha to try the other weekend and it was like a quarter of a regular cup packed with ice for $10. It's crazy. On the takeout side, Uber Eats used to be inexpensive and convenient, but now it's expensive because of all the fees they add to your order plus tipping. So it's not worth it aside from every once in a while. Okay, one last one, and this one really irks me, and that is tipping for absolutely everything. It's completely out of control. You go to buy a coffee at the counter, they turn around the screen, and suddenly you're being asked for 18, 20, or 25%. This is insane. Tipping is no longer for good service, it's just for extra money at this point. If there's no service involved, I don't tip. I have one bonus one for you that I alluded to in the intro, and that is overpriced concert or event tickets. Now, I love a great experience, and I think that experiences are some of the best things that you can spend your money on. But lately, tickets have just become so inflated and detached from reality. I read recently that Ticketmaster was just found to be illegally operating a monopoly and overcharging their customers by $1.72 per ticket and manipulating the market. And then on top of that, you have ticket scalpers. Thankfully, the province where I live just passed a law that you can't resell over the original ticket price. So that's a good start, and hopefully other places follow suit. Again, I think it's just about being more selective in choosing which events you attend and which ones are actually worth your money. That's my list of things that I will not be spending money on or as much money on in the near future. And it's also what I think a modern gent should be careful about what he's spending money on too. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments below which purchases you think are no longer worth the money. Thanks for watching.